Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back. I think we've covered this topic in the past, but I keep getting people asking me about it. So obviously, I need to cover it again. So this topic is John Henry, the steel driving man versus AI. Now, if you grew up, you probably, well, everybody grew up, but if you grew up in the American school system, at least when I did, we learned about John Henry. Now, John Henry, who was a steel driving man, was driving railroad spikes. These are 14-inch spikes. And he was the fastest, the most efficient. He was the best steel driving man in the 1800s as we were pushing those tracks across the continental United States. And a new steam powered machine came in, and people challenged John that he couldn't beat the steam powered machine. And he took that challenge. And so on a hot day, he and the machine went at it. And it was one for one, one for one, one for one, one for one. Finally, in the end, John Henry won, but he collapsed and died from exhaustion as a result of his work. Now, a lot of people are feeling that way about recruiting inside of AI. AI is going to replace me. I listened to a podcast today where a company was talking about replacing their entire sales staff with AI. But the difference with them was they have a product that you can order by simply clicking on a website. Most of us don't want to talk to a salesman. We just don't even want to. We don't need to. We don't have a reason to. And we buy something off Amazon because we pretty much know what we're buying. We know what we're doing. We don't need that personal touch more often than not. Well, sometimes men do when it comes to certain things like clothing. We get a little lost. We certainly do need help. But we've got our networks that we reach out to for that help. So in a situation like that, sure, AI is going to be fine. Not a big deal. It's going to help people through the process, even probably going to enhance the actual sales process. When it comes to recruiting, what's the real difference? What is really going to be the game shaker there? It's going to be the recruiters that don't resist AI. It's going to be the recruiters that embrace AI and everything it really has to offer. Here at GTN, I guarantee you, we're embracing it every single day. We embrace it a lot of different ways, helping us determine where the gaps are in a job. What did we forget to ask? What did the client forget to talk about in that particular job? Let's go over it. We use it to evaluate if a candidate's resume is complete or incomplete. We don't use it to screen out candidates because you got to be very careful with that. There's a lot of laws in a lot of states that will not allow you to do that. We use it for research. We use it to educate ourselves. It's a glorified searching tool in many ways. Agentic AI, sure, we're using it. There are certain things we've developed in-house that are proprietary because this is no longer a toy. Using agentic AI in our business is table stakes. It should be increasing your output and increasing the quality of the output that you are doing. You have got to learn what AI is going to do, what it can do, how it can do it. Quite frankly, if you really want to know, just ask it. Just go into your favorite, SuperGrok, mine, ChatGPT, Nano, Claude, whatever. Just go in there and ask it. I'm a recruiter. How can I use AI to enhance my business? I mean, literally, it's that easy. And if you haven't done that, well, you're not thinking about what it can actually do. You're not paying attention to what's actually going on in the market. If you're not paying attention on the changes in the market, well, shame on you. 2026 is a singularity in our business. There's going to be everything that happened before 2026 and everything that happens after 2026. And we're going to look back on some of those old things and we're going to think, man, I missed that. But we're going to be excited about the future and what AI is doing for us every single day, how it's improving our lives, making everything better. It truly is a revolution. Now, you've got to shift your mindset about AI. You've got to think about what are the old processes that I need to get rid of that are my enemy when it comes to production. You've got to rethink how you're sourcing your candidates, how you're screening your candidates, and how you are scheduling your candidates for interviews. Your new role in the world of AI is as a strategic talent advisor who uses AI as a tool to scale your impact. Now, part of the problem we're all facing with this is now we're all getting ourselves a bunch of AI-generated content. You've got to start to recognize the patterns of AI-generated content. because there is a pattern to it. Once you've read enough of it, you'll start to see it. I got a prospecting email today. I immediately tagged it as AI slop. I knew exactly what it was. I haven't responded to the sender thanks to the AI slop. Didn't get a response, probably because it was just another AI bot managing the response. Who wants to do business with a company like that? Who wants to do business with a candidate that is so lazy they can't even put together their own resume? Using AI to help you put it together, it's one thing. Using AI to write all of it, it's a whole different ballgame. It's laziness. Certainly not a candidate I want to entertain. Even if it's an AI position, even if it's a position that is all about AI development, I don't want somebody who's relying on AI to do tasks that represents themselves. Your resume, a candidate's resume, that and LinkedIn are probably the two single biggest things that represent who they are as a human being. And they're allowing a robot to do that. What does that tell you about that individual? You should be asking AI-oriented questions during your screening process. An example is describe a recent project where you used AI tools. What was your specific contribution versus what AI did? Well, that's an interesting question, right? What did you actually do versus what AI actually did? It's an important question to be asking. You can even ask them, how much did you use AI to develop your resume, put your resume together? As recruiters, we need to be using a live skills assessment tool. This could be anything from asking questions to giving them problems they've got to solve, whatever is important for you and your client. We need to be asking about what is their AI stack? Excuse me, what tools are they using in their current role? A good candidate is going to be able to answer that question. And the people that use AI to do everything are going to have a harder time actually answering those questions. We need to be implementing what are called human signal checks. You might require a short Loom video that talks about themselves. Maybe it's just 30 seconds to a minute. You want to use very specific role-based questions that a generic AI prompt is going to be struggling with. Of course, that one's going to get outdated pretty fast. Don't protect yourself from AI. I want you to use it to work smarter. I want you to use it to work faster. Some high impact ways you can do it right now. You can use it for sourcing. You can use it to do a better job of screening. You can have it do an initial screen, but never allow it to rule out candidates. Again, you'll be violating laws in a growing number of states. You can use it for outreach. But I can tell you, when you use it for outreach, you can use it to kind of maybe generate the idea. But man, you better not let it generate the entire content, because I guarantee you it's going to burn your house down. That well-qualified candidate is going to recognize that AI slop. They're going to delete you. They're going to block you. Here's an easy one to use it for: scheduling and coordination. Mind-numbing, mind-bogglingly boring work. It's not what you're paid to do. You're not a high-paid interview scheduler. Let AI handle all that stuff. And the one I like to use it the most for is research. It's an outstanding tool when it comes to research. I will say, I don't trust Gemini at all. A lot of the research I've gotten from it, found it to be pretty invalid. You want to start your week. If you're confused about AI, start with research. Your second step, think about the repetitive tasks you do over and over and over and over again that are the same every single day. Pull up your favorite AI tool, describe what that repetitive task is, and ask it how it can help you automate that. So those are basically the two things you need to do. And if you do those, they'll transform your workday. I guarantee it. So try to focus on finding 2 repetitive tasks you can use it for per day, and use it for the research that you're actually doing. And when you're screening people, make sure you're asking AI questions to find out how much AI they use versus how much personal input they're actually doing. Spend every day doing that, spend every week doing that. You're going to find yourself in a much more productive mode. This has been Deep Recruiting, coming at you every Wednesday with hopefully a different idea, a different tactic you can use. that can make you more successful, make you more productive. I usually wait to find out what people are asking me about before I come up with the topic. So I don't know what next week's topic is going to be, but it'll be a good one, I promise. I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to share. That's how we grow. That's how the algorithm reads us. It's how AI is going to actually find this podcast and promote it. Appreciate everybody tuning in, whether you're listening to us live, whether you're downloading us at a later date. It's appreciated. Hope everybody has a great day and go make a placement, would you? Thanks so much. Take care.